All right, let's get started. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and thank you for joining today's webinar. My name is John Curtis, and I'm your host and the Director of U.S. Operations at Axelytix. Our mission is to educate students towards a lucrative career path or add expertly taught skills to their resume without the overhanging debt that other programs and institutions put on their students. A little bit about me. I majored in business management and finance from the University of Texas at Arlington and specialized in compliance and growth. With 7 years of experience in business, I help other businesses with compliance, promote business-to-business transaction services, and drive natural growth through local advertising. In 2021, I became intensely interested in data analytics, where I primarily specialize in PL/SQL, Transact SQL, SSRS, SSIS, and generative AI modeling. Like many others, I ended up spending a lot of money in that time learning the necessary skills. Other similar programs cost anywhere from 2,000 USD all the way up to 15,000 USD, but you don't have to pay that. We charge a fraction of the price. How much are our courses, you might ask yourself? Only 450 USD per person. We are global with offices in Canada, the US, the UK, and India. We are currently hiring data analysts from India for a data solution services. Who makes this possible? Specifically, who are the instructors that we have brought to you and that are handpicked from over 80 years combined experience? Vida, Master of Computer Applications with a specialization in generative AI, large language models, and student mentoring. Vida has 15 years of experience in technical training and development, focusing on generative AI, chatbots, and advanced training programs. Vida is currently employed as a corporate trainer and developer in Bangalore, where he designs and delivers training on generative AI, LLMs, and RAG, while also mentoring junior developers. Vida holds certifications in generative AI from OpenAI and is an Oracle certified Java programmer. Over to our next instructor, Siddhish. Over 18 years of IT experience as architect, corporate trainer, and instructional designer. He specializes in artificial intelligence, cloud computing, DevOps, development frameworks, web development, databases, and agile methodologies. Siddhish has extensive training experience in AI, Azure fundamentals, data engineering, and security. He has worked with clients such as EY, Capgemini, Barclays, and across various different technology platforms. Next, we have Koyo. Koyo has a Bachelor of Commerce and a Master of Business Administration in Corporate Finance. Koyo specializes in Python, Tableau, and machine learning. She is a learning specialist at the Brigu Academy, developing advanced training programs in Python, Tableau, and data science. She is also a product trainer at Antwork Solutions and has led training strategies for AI-powered platforms, enhancing product quality through feedback. She has delivered corporate training globally and partnered with organizations such as IBM and NASCOM, as well as trained over 2,000 professionals and students in AI and data science. I am very pleased to announce our head of Department of Instructors, Utpal. With an impressive 29 years in data education, Utpal holds a Bachelor of Science and Master of Computer Applications. He specializes in corporate training, Excel, Power BI, Python, Java full stack, SQL, and automation services. He is currently a corporate trainer at Innovative Technology Solutions, where he designs and delivers training programs tailored to organizational needs, focusing on upskilling employees from entry level all the way up to CXOs. Utpal has a strong track record of delivering engaging training sessions, both in person and virtually, with an average feedback rating of 4.6 to 5 out of 5. He has conducted nationwide training initiatives, including workshops for the Indian Army on topics like office automation and cybersecurity. His corporate clientele includes major organizations such as NTPC, Siemens, and HCL, as well as multiple government training programs. Highly skilled indeed. I would also like to take a moment to mention our IT analyst, Ebsar, who is instrumental in redesigning modern resumes and improving overall functionality of the website. Ebsar also runs our social media and designed the different courses' PowerPoint presentations. Now, please welcome not only an instructor, but our esteemed guest speaker, currently working in the industry. Ahmed.
Good
Istiak
morning.
Ahmed has a Bachelor of Exercise Science, Certified BI, EDW Developer, Certified ClickView and ClickSense Developer. He specializes in ClickView, ClickSense, Power BI, SSRS, SSIS, Transact SQL, C Sharp, C++, and many more. Ahmed is an IT professional with over 8 years of experience in business intelligence and data analytics, focusing on ClickView, ClickSense, and MS SQL Server. He excels in the full software development lifecycle, SDLC, data modeling, visualization, and ETL processes. Currently a senior ClickSense developer at Delta Dental Insurance, responsible for troubleshooting data architecture, automating report generation using end printing. He leads ETL setups and engages with management to determine software requirements. Previously worked at Aligned Consulting for JP Morgan Chase, he focused on configuration management, data migration from Power BI to ClickSense, and developing analytical tools. His earlier roles include senior ClickSense developer at Cient, where he maintained data load scripts and developed dashboards, and MS SQL ClickSense developer at Alliance Neurodiagnostic, where he specifically created complex SQL procedures and ETL solutions. Let me introduce Ahmed. Welcome, Ahmed.
Thank you, John. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. I'm very honored to be here and talking to everyone here. So I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about my background in the field. So as a lot of you may have noticed, I have a bachelor's of science in exercise science. Now, why is that important? For this, you've already made a good decision. You've already made one of the best decisions you could do in taking one of the first steps into changing your career. And that's essentially what I did. So at the beginning of my college career, I wanted to go off to medical school. I had dreams of becoming a doctor, working as a professional in the medicine field, and things have changed as they do so many times in life. Um, you may have a family, you may have to move, things change, things like that. So the reason why this is important is I wanted to bring up that this is actually my second career. I ended up taking a boot camp very similar to what Axelytix offers, a little bit more expensive actually than what Axelytix offers. And it ended up being one of the best decisions that I've ever made in my life. I took this course about 10 or 11 years ago. And since then, I have never looked back on changing careers. I've enjoyed being in data. I've enjoyed working with AI. I've enjoyed working with everything that we have to do with data. Now, why data? Why not any other field? Why not, website development? Why not design? Things like that. If you look around, you're on your computer, you're on your phone, you have smart home devices, you have TVs, you have washing machines that now use Wi-Fi, garage door openers that use Wi-Fi. Your car has technology, you have Android Auto, CarPlay. Every single one of those things actually utilizes data. Now, that's a example as to how ever expanding our world is and our universe is in data. 10 years ago, 15, 20 years ago, we just had processes and software that would have to be manually run. And nowadays we have automation, artificial intelligence, all the sort, machine learning, all those things that actually help us automate some of those processes. So the requirements and the necessity for data engineers and data analysts is huge right now. A lot of companies utilizing work from home, a lot of companies utilizing different models of work. And this has been important and integral in this field because that means that the more employees that you have at home, the more employees that you have working remote, you're going to need more engineers, more data solution people to actually help integrate our enterprises into this. Now, I wanted to go ahead and tell y'all how excited I am about this program. I've taken a course you can in changing your career. You're already here. You made the first step. Now, as we explain some more, hopefully we can help you decide and understand that this is one of the best things that you could do for your career, for your family. The possibilities are endless. There's jobs everywhere. There's jobs in other countries. There's jobs in the United States. And I think you've made one of the best decisions in joining this webinar as a first step. And hopefully we can get you on as a student and help you change your career for the best. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Very well put. If you don't mind me asking, I have a couple questions for you. First off, whenever you originally took those courses 10 years ago, how much did you pay for the same skills that we're teaching here?
So I actually had to take a course that had a two course set. Essentially, the first course was about $2,000, and they basically taught me how to become a data analyst. Not as much work experience, things like that. And then in the second portion of the class, it ended up actually being about 10% of your final salary. So what ended up for me being about $12,000. So those numbers stand. That's a very big investment. I felt very comfortable making those investments with the money because I understood and respected this field. And as you can see with our courses at Axelytix, they're going to be a fraction of that price. You're going to be paying a couple $100 and your life will be changed. Your future will be changed. So yeah, in comparison, I was paying roughly $14,000 to become a data analyst, where we actually offer this course for right under $500. So I think it's a great way to go.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Wow, that's a lot of money. 14,000.
Yes. It
Do you
is. It is.
have Yeah, thank you. If you don't mind me asking, roughly what is your salary in the data analytics field?
So my first job, I started off making about $100,000 right out the gate. Now I did end up working as an intern, getting some experience, but those things were actually unpaid. Ended up taking unpaid jobs initially, and then my first job that I landed was 100,000, and right now I'm clearing over 150. So you could tell that this job market definitely has a high exponential rate of growth professionally and financially.
Very nice, very nice. And I know you're in transit, so I do appreciate you taking the time to come and talk
Of
with
course.
us and be our guest speaker. Um, I have one last question for you. Where do you see the overall future of data analytics heading? The broad overview of how it's going to be involved in everyday life.
I think data is one of these fields that actually doesn't really have a ceiling. The sky is as high as it goes. The sky is the limit. Nowadays, you have AI in hospitals, finance sectors, automotive sectors, everything that you can imagine. You look around your home, just like I was saying, there's technology everywhere. The sky's the limit for this field. I think this field is going to be booming. There's going to be no stop. It's been exponentially growing from data to AI. This is one of the best fields that you can be in at this moment.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you very much. I completely agree. It's growing exponentially every single day, and it's only going to keep getting bigger. There's only going to be need to be more people they need, and there's just unlimited amounts of money going to specific AI applications.
Mhm. Exactly, exactly. People love spending their money on things that could help their businesses, and is one of them. It helps you make business-driven decisions, all sorts of things. So it's definitely the way to go right now.
Mm-hmm. Lovely. Thank you very much for your time, and you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, everyone. You made the right decision.
We will now move on to course content overview by Utpal, who will provide a comprehensive guideline for the course, demonstrating his teaching methods, and who will serve as your mentor throughout the duration of the program.
Thank you, John. And equally, I am feeling very much honored to be here because I can see different participants have joined, different persons have joined across the globe. So once again, a heartiest welcome to each panelist and each attendees as well. As this course, this webinar is definitely for how you can develop your careers to become a complete data analyst. So definitely I would like to say something, and not only some theoretical discussion, definitely we will go for some practical demonstrations. So before that, I am sharing my screen so that everything you can come to know, and point wise I will try to explain. So this is a small PowerPoint presentation where we have, this is the topic, how to build your career towards data analyst. Now, it's a very common term nowadays. Everybody says that he wants to shape his career towards a data analyst or a data scientist or data visualization. Now, if you attentively notice all these terms, be it data analyst, be it a data scientist, or a data visualization, one word is certainly common, and that's about data. Without data, the entire phrase is not completed. And sometimes in very big organization, data is considered as a gold mine. So the once the data is there, definitely we have to analyze, and for analyzing, various tools and techniques we can use. And precisely whenever we will try to apply for a job towards a data analyst or a data scientist, majorly the technologies that are being asked, that is, one is definitely our so established product from Microsoft, that is Microsoft Excel. It is one of the most commonly used. Here many participants are there. Suddenly, if I ask any participants, he or she may agree that yes, Excel is one of the most established product and commonly used in every organization. So under Excel also, few points you can see here: pivot tables, formulas, dashboard, all this basically are core features of Excel. And not only these, there can be many more, which makes Excel a very popular tool for doing data analysis. So when our entire course will begin, initially we shall start with Microsoft Excel, then we will move towards Microsoft SQL Server, where this SQL or structured query language will be thoroughly applied. That is another wonderful thing or another wonderful instrument by which we can analyze our data very quickly and very efficiently. Then comes Python. So definitely it's a core programming language. Now there may be certain things that a person may not have a programming background, so how he can develop coding inside Python? So the answer is Python is one of the most easy language to learn. So we have witnessed various persons who are not from the core IT background. Maybe he is a banker, maybe he is a finance consultant, maybe he is working in some automobile industry. Still, for automation or AI, ML, whatever terms you are hearing, everything basically runs within the logic of Python. And it is not very difficult to learn. Only a person should have a logical bend of mind. So, if we broadly say towards Excel, approximately 16 hours of intensive uh, time duration has been dedicated. For SQL, it is almost 24 hours, and for Python, it is almost 40 hours. Same here is the Power BI. This is another wonderful tools coming from Microsoft, and probably this is one of the latest technology that Microsoft has offered to us. So, as I told, that some quick practical examples we can demonstrate. So first I would like to have a practical demonstration on Excel, which is almost our very first module in our entire course curriculum. And probably I can show one small demonstration, but a very unique demonstration on Power BI, which is going to be our last module. Not the last module, after that also participants who will enroll for this program, they are supposed to go through some project works. Some more modules are there like soft skills, which can add some additional qualification and weapons in their hands to apply for a job and to get a job very quickly. So I'm coming to another screen, that is, you can see there is Excel. So I'm not explaining this thing, what is this data, from where we have got this data, blah, blah, blah. So what you can understand that it's kind of loan policy which we have collected. Various persons have taken some amount of loans, and basis on that particular loan, their detailings are captured. But sometimes people need some summarized data. So one such summarized data already you have seen in my previous slides, that there was a concept written under Excel, that is pivot table. So basically a pivot table has been created, and this is the summarized result it is showing. I can understand what is the average loan amount towards education loan. Think ED for stands for education. HR may stands for home loan. So this much is the average amount and this is the total amount. Now, as a data analyst or as a data visualizer, I have to explain to all of you. And definitely for that, I have to prepare one logical chart. So what I am doing, I am selecting this data where I can see these loan types and total amount of loans are written. We can prepare any kind of chart, but there is a shortcut in all of your laptops there is a function key called function 11, F11. So the moment I am pressing the F11, automatically a kind of chart, by default a column chart is coming. Now easily I can convert it into a pie chart. So here is the tool, change chart type. So I am choosing pie from here. Under pie also there are several varieties. Some this is two-dimensional, this is three-dimensional. So I am clicking on this 3D pie chart. I am clicking on OK. So momentarily this pie chart will be converted. And if some beautification, because yes, representation of data is equally important in a beautiful way. So I'm trying to decorate. So I'm just clicking here. You see that how quickly I'm talking parallelly I am doing. So I did not have to do too much struggle. Now still if I can see that figures are missing. So I can add the figures from here. I'm choosing data labels, I'm choosing say outside end. Now the things are coming. But yet another shortcoming is there. I cannot understand this figure represents whom, whether it is for educational loan or whether this figure is for personal loan. So what I am doing, I am clicking here, I am right clicking here. We can see that there is an option format data labels. So if I click on data labels, I can see some tools are appearing. From here I can show it in the form of percentage, I can show the category name. Now all the data are coming. So this is one of the things that we can visualize and represents the data in a much more logical way. Now sometimes directly, or this is very much normally which you can see, but once you will start using the data continuously, maybe for continuous 1 month, maybe for continuous 2 months, you will realize that this particular thing, you can see 29% is portion is occupied by HR, means home loan, whereas personal loan comprises 23%. Similarly, this loan is comprising 24%. So highest chunk is this one. So I don't know what you can see, but I can foresee in the coming years, most popularly people are taking home loan. So whenever you work in an organization and you prepare, now this particular factual figure will be helpful for the management, and management can plan their budgets. They can expect in the coming days more people can apply for home loans. So this particular segment has to be little bit separately shown. So what can I do? I can click here. You can see the moment I am clicking, all these segments are having bubbles. But once again, within this reddish portion, if I click, definitely I can see only this portion has been selected. Now slightly I'm trying to drag this thing, and it can be converted immediately in the form of a splitted or exploded pie chart. So all these things we have done using our popular software, that is Microsoft Excel. So a data analyst not only works as a with the data, sometimes his core responsibility also includes to prepare and present the data in a very logical way. So in front of you, you have seen within 5 or 10 minutes, I tried my best to prepare a logical report basis on the given data. So that's about Excel. As I told, there is another thing, another beautiful product from Microsoft, that is Power BI. So I am trying to switch to Power BI. Understanding this data, you need to understand the data because it is not Excel, so its architecture is completely different. So I'm showing you the data, base data. So all of you can see that these are some regions: east, central, north, west, and on different dates, some dates falling in 2019, some dates are falling in the year 2020. This data is much longer, and some sales representatives, these are the sales representatives name, they are selling various products. At the end, we are getting the revenue column. So as a core data analyst, we have to figure out whether we are in a profitable path or we are, as compared to 2019, our sales have been increased or decreased. So we have created a column chart. This is basically nothing but a column chart, or you can say a bar chart, where I can see that 10.4K was the total revenue for the year 2020, and 9.3K was the total revenue for 2019. So it is understood that certainly some magic happened. That's why we have increased our sales in 2020. But then question comes, how much percentage we have grown? Which product was majorly responsible for tremendous sales growth? Or which sales representative did excellent job? Believe me, if the data is 5,000, 6,000 records, we have seen people to 3, 4 people, they are brainstorming for 3 or 4 hours to find out which salesperson did excellent job so that management can give some re- award or recognition, or which particular product is very popular so that management can think promoting that particular product in a wider way, or which region has done excellent job. So there can be so many things. So viewers, point to be noted, if the data is large, it may take 3 to 4 hours, because each and every data you have to cross check, each and everything you have to check, then further you have to analyze, and ultimately you can come to a decision. Now this is Power BI. BI means business intelligence, and not only business intelligence, it has all the very good qualities of artificial intelligence. So I can commit, if you know Power BI very well, because our course is designed that we will try to give some cutting edges as compared to the other participants. So what are those, what can be those cutting edges? You know, some extra tools and tips. So let's try to answer all those queries. I promise within 120 seconds. I repeat, within 120 seconds or within 2 minutes. But credit does not go to me, credit goes to Power BI. How? Certainly this is on the lower side and this is on the upper side. So I am clicking or precisely I am right clicking on this blue bar. The moment I am right clicking, I am getting some options. One of the option is analyze. And why it is showing explain the increase, because as compared to 2019 certainly there is some increase. So I am clicking on this particular option. You see some processing is happening. Already you got one answer. There was 12% increase in 2020 as compared to 2019. Still some processing. I told you 2 minutes. Now it has come up with certain answers on its own. So first of all, central zone accounted for the majority of the increase amongst the region. So I don't have to brainstorm for 3 and 4 hours. I got the answer. Central zone did excellent work. Now coming below, which sales representatives got excellent work? Their names are highlighted: Jardine, Thompson, and Smith. So I got the answer of second question. Whom to give R&R? Which sales representative did excellent work? I got that answer. Now, which product? So it is also saying binder accounted for the majority of the increase amongst all the items. Not it is pen or pencil, rather it is showing negative feedback about pencil. Pencil could not be sold, but binder was sold hugely, so we have seen the growth path. So as I promised, within 2 minutes, in this way, if you want to analyze and if you want to figure out all these facts, definitely nobody can stop you from becoming a core data analyst. And my previous speaker, Ishtiaq, already told that as a data analyst, it is very easy to get a job and to have a handsome income as well. So this is how very technically, very thoughtfully, all the core modules have been included in our course curriculum, so that from Excel as a beginner, you can become a perfect or a very specialist in data analyst. So I'm stopping sharing my screen. In case any questions you are having, definitely this is the right time. You can ask any questions without any hesitation.
Uh, Thanks a lot, Mr. Utpal. So I have a question here. Like for a fresher in the industry, like they are from different domains who come across and want to upgrade their skills or transition the career as a data analyst, right? It might be from any particular domain, like let it be from logistic, administration, sales, marketing, clinical, right? Any domain irrelevant to it, right? So what are the chances for this person to, according to you, since you've been so long in the industry, so how will he uh, be able to cope with the course?
Certainly very genuine and a very logical question. Thanks for asking this question. Have you seen our course curriculum? We are starting with Microsoft Excel. And whenever we are starting as a trainer, we have to take care of every person. So we are starting every module from the scratch. First, you understand concept and some problem scenarios will be given. on which you have to make a lot of practices, and practices not only during the class session, beyond the class session sometimes you have to do some good practices. And while you will be doing practices, gradually you will realize what tools, what logic you have to have to apply. And in my opinion, realization is much more important than understanding. So gradually you start realizing the things that this way, this way, this way you have to proceed. Automatically you will feel much more confident, and where there is a confident, nobody can stop you from solving the problems. Gradually you will be overcoming the hurdles, and now you can move towards complex problem solving. This way the course path is entirely designed. So not only during the class session we will have some practical or some discussions, beyond the class there will be so many assignments where you will feel that nobody is there to help me, so you have to do it on your own. But definitely we will start, every module we will start as a beginner.
Thanks, much appreciated. Right. As I said, a person who comes from a non-technical background, as you mentioned in the beginning of the meeting, that anyone can learn, transition the career towards to become a data analyst. That's great.
Yes.
However, I wanted to have one thing cleared. Now, just imagine I've completed my training for the next, how many months is it? 3 or 4 months? 4 months, right? So after 4 months, then what are the chances of me getting a job in the open market?
As I said, our methodology will be little different. We will not only guide the students on doing this way, this way, this way. Some tools and techniques, some best practices will also be there. Apart from that, at the end of our entire curriculum, there is a project which the participants have to, which the learners have to do on your own. Definitely we will be there during their project sessions, but during project it is real life scenarios will be given,
All right,
and
thank
definitely that will help to understand the problem scenarios which happens within the industries. They can face the interviews very well as compared to other participants, and that will give them a cutting edge during the interview sessions. Plus we are having also soft skills and other sessions, so that special sessions can be conducted how to face the interviews, because in interviews sometimes not only technical, non-technical questions are also being asked, and they do matter.
all right, thank you, much appreciated.
Thank you very much for that course overview, Utpal. A lot of skills ready to be learned. As you just heard from our director of the Academy, Farouk, he has a PhD in psychology. He has experience as a professor from the Knowledge Academy. Farouk brings decades of experience across multiple sectors to Axelytix, and he works relentlessly to make sure things run smoothly and efficiently. Farouk was recently offered the presidentship from the Human Rights Group of India, but declined the offer to stay on as a director of Axelytix Academy. It is my most welcome and humble way of introducing Mr. Farouk.
Uh, Thanks, Mr. Curtis. I really appreciate that. First of all, I'd like to welcome one and all in this meeting. Appreciate you taking out time to join the webinar, right? Either to transition your career towards becoming a data analyst, or either upgrading your skills, right? Just to give you an overview about the company, right? And myself as well. So the Axelytix is a data solution company working on two platforms, right? We are stationed in Canada, UK, US, and India as well, right? We have participants who join the program from all zones globally. And the trainings are conducted every Saturday and Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So in a week, the participants will get 6 hours of training. That's totally 3 hours on Saturday, 3 hours on Sunday. Right. Apart from it, after the sessions are completed, the participants are given hands-on exercise and assignments to perform during the week before they enter the next session. So they'll have a list of questions which you can put it across to the trainer and upgrade their skills accordingly. And coming back to the curriculum or whatever is said in the training, like everything goes ahead from scratch to the advanced level. Like there, let me share my screen at the moment, so it's much more easier for everyone to view, right? As of now, like as a data analyst, like a person might think, if I'm switching my career from a non-technical background to a technical background, will I fit into it, right? So to become a data analyst, it does not require any technical skills or coding. It only requires your concentration and your confidence, like where there's a will, there's a way, right? I want to learn, I want to transit my career or upgrade my skill set. Like as Mr. Utpal explained, the four modules which are there, Excel, SQL, and even Python, along with Power BI and Tableau. So what is the role of a data analyst, just to make it short and sweet? A data analyst role in the market is nothing but a person who works on data, raw data, who extracts data, QAs the data. When I say QA, they'll remove the filters which has a duplicate or whatever. Then organize it into structured and non-structured data. Then present it in a form of a flowchart or a dashboard to the management or the team in a much more presentable manner, and elaborate on the information from A to Z. Now, coming back, as Mr. Utpal mentioned, all the modules in the program are taught from the basic to the advanced level, right? Even a person in layman's term, like if he or she does not have any technical skills and is from a different like background or different domain itself, does not make a difference, but they can learn everything from the scratch. One assurance Axelytix can give, like once a person completes this training, he or she, right, will be able to crack any interview, right, to become a data analyst. Coming back again, you might have a portray question. I do not have a experience as a data analyst on my resume. You don't have to worry about that. During your training tenure for 4 months in the training, what happens is you are given certain assignments and live projects to work on, which even carries a weightage on your resume as well, right? The projects which you complete during the training, what happens is like that will be mentioned in your resume accordingly once it's redesigned by a backend team. And just to emphasize on what I'm saying, redesigning, the team ensures that they use certain keywords right on the resume and organize it in such a way, like as I think everybody knows nowadays in the market, your resume, even if you apply through a consultancy or via LinkedIn or directly to a company, it's not seen by a recruiter. It first goes through a resume analyzer. So the resume analyzer only analyzes the keywords, what is being fed by the HR department or the human resource department, which we say. So that's taken care of. And only one thing, practice makes a man more perfect, I believe in. Once you enroll for the program and with the expertise of Mr. Utpal and with Mr. Ahmed, right, they have a great experience in training participants globally. But what is necessary apart from that, the participants' dedication that I will learn and I will achieve something. Usually we come up with a word called, it's impossible to do something, right? We always have, no, it's impossible, I don't have any technical skills. No, it's impossible, I don't think it's my cup of coffee, right? Why don't you change the word impossible as I'm possible? That'll make a difference in any career change or any career path. Now, coming back, if anybody has any questions, right, you can go ahead and ask me, or just go scan the QR code, right? You'll join our chat team and you can ask any questions what you have. They'll be more than happy to assist, right? Or you can call the number 775-775-0771 anytime, right? We are available 24/7. So there will be a team which answers your query. Any questions, please do ask me. I'll be more than happy to assist. Oh, it's all to you, John Curtis, now. On to you.
Thank you very much, and very well put. That's exactly what Axelytix is. It's a one-stop shop for everything data, data analysm, data science. You get everything that you'll need to succeed in the workforce all in one place without the overhanging debt that a lot of other institutions like to put on you. Being a data analyst benefits not only you, but everybody around you. Your brain will work differently, more efficiently. You will solve problems faster than you did before because you will process things differently. I'll leave you with one last thing. Are you ready for change? Are you ready to achieve that higher salary and gain new skills without the burden of that debt by enrolling in one of our programs? And you will be able to see why this industry is the way of the future. Thank you very much for participating, and thank you for everybody that's joined.
Thanks, one and all.
Thank you.
Thank you.